Hi, I'm Herb Street with Ghost City Paranormal and Lifting the Veil, and I want to talk to you a little bit about the Herb Street method. We've talked about this in the past, and I've given brief descriptions, and I'm going to continue to do some little 10-minute clips here of the method so people can get familiar with it, so that the more people out there that are aware of this new technique to communicate with the other side, to investigate the paranormal, the better. The more people that we get on board with this new method to investigate the paranormal, the more concrete the evidence will be. It'll be undeniable for the scientific community and the rest of the world. They'll have to accept the fact that there is another side and it's closer than you think. Now, just to touch base, if you haven't seen my videos before, I'll talk a little bit about the Herb Street method. It's basically doing everything in real time, multiple camera angles, multiple devices, all in real time with multiple investigators. Now, this is a method that I've developed over the course of a few years. Just watching different investigative groups out there, myself included, investigating the paranormal, and always scratching my head as to, well, why do I only get 2-3 EVPs every 3 months? Or every other investigation? And why is it only a couple words at a time? Same thing with the K2 meter, tri-field meter, EMF meters. Why would I only get a couple spikes here and there? How could I make it more comfortable for the spirit world to come in and to communicate with us? Because that's what it's about, folks. At least for me and my group. We make contact with the other side, trying to get information from the other side. We can learn so much from the other side. The sky's the limit, folks. And if we all try this together, and like I've said before, this isn't something that I can only do. This isn't something that my group can only do. This is something that everyone out there can use. Everyone. The whole world. Scientific community, everyone. Okay? Now, when communicating with the other side, if you're in a paranormal research group, or just a paranormal group, you have multiple devices. You have resources. You can pull your resources together to buy multiple devices. Now, I swear by this recorder here. This is an Olympus. It's a 4100 PC, VN 4100 PC. I personally think is the best one out there to do real-time analysis, to communicate with the spirit world. Again, I'll just give you a brief little example of how we do EVP session. You press record. You wait 2 to 3 seconds before you ask a question. You ask a question. You wait 10 to 15 seconds. You press stop. You play it back in real time. Now I'll show you real quick. Who is here? And you press stop, you play it back, all in real time. Who is here? Now, I didn't catch anything that time. Now, that does happen, folks. Okay? Now, the reason why, when we're trying to make contact and we sit down for an EVP session, we don't just use one device. We use multiple EVP devices, multiple voice recorders, whether it be digital or analog. Now we'll sit down, we'll set maybe 4, 5, 6 devices down for a session. We'll have one recording the whole session, just hit record, set it down there, and then the rest of the team will be doing real-time analysis, where you press record, you stop, you play it back in real time, with the video camera on the investigator and on the device to help solidify any evidence that we capture, and so that we know what's going on in the environment. Now also, while this is going on, we have a video camera that is on the whole team, on the environment, on the whole room, so we don't miss anything. That way, if there's a shadow person, or a mist, or if we see anything, even a full body apparition, We don't want to miss that because we're focused on the investigator and the device. So we do have multiple camera angles. So you're not going to miss anything, folks. And for people out there that like to just record and let it run the whole time and ask questions that way, you're not giving the spirit acknowledgement that you're there, that you are making contact with them. It's a one-way conversation, folks. It's like me talking to you and not listening to what you have to say. Okay? So this is why the results, I feel, have been so limited up until this point, up until I have developed this method. Okay? Now, yes, there are other groups out there using real-time analysis, but not to this effect. Not using this method that I have developed. I've gotten people asking me, well, people do use the real-time analysis, but they're not using multiple camera angles, they're not using multiple devices, they're not using a K2 meter or EMF meter or a temperature gauge, all at the same time, multiple meters at all times, okay? And the reason why this is so important, because if you're in a room and you're using just a K2 meter, and the spirit is having difficulty trying to make contact with a K2 meter. This is a K2 meter, folks. It's got lights. It lights up. Spikes 1 for yes, twice for no, 3 for I don't know. Just a personal preference. You could tell a spirit to light it up 6 times for yes, 10 times for no. Whatever you want, folks. Okay? Now, if you're just doing that, and you might miss out on some things, like I was saying. Because if a spirit's having difficulty time communicating with the EMF meter, you may only be able to capture EVPs. Now, the reason why me and my team and other people that I have shown this method to have had such great results is because you're acknowledging the spirit. You're sitting there. You're having a two-way conversation. I've seen people in my group and outside of my group that have communicated for hours using real-time analysis. And all you need is a voice recorder if you're trying to do this on a personal level. That's all you need, folks, is just one of these little devices. You can sit down in your living room, ask some questions, and many people have said in the past, when you first start, you're going to hear some whispering, okay? You may not get some Class A style EVPs, which is just like you and I, but you have to work on it. You have to continue to ask questions. You cannot give up. You have to be persistent, okay? Now, the reason why I feel the method is so important for paranormal research groups out there is because it helps solidify any evidence that you put out there for the world, okay? Now, there are a lot of hard-working groups out there. There are a ton of great groups out there. I've worked with them, okay? And they're really trying to, get this method out there. And there's other groups that do their own thing, and they're still doing good things for the paranormal world. But the way that I look at it right now is I feel that it's time for a change. That's how I feel. I think that if we come together, everyone out there, and we apply ourselves, and we all use this method, okay, the sky's the limit, folks. I mean, you can make contact for hours, okay? Now, you'll see some of the other equipment here. This is an IR light, so you can see in complete darkness. This is a gauze meter. Over here, you got a digital camera. You've got an analog voice recorder. This is a tri-field meter. I love this meter here. It's great when you're doing a K2 session and when you're doing EVP session, okay? Because this has a radio wave setting, okay? And you could also buy other devices as well. I mean, we use numerous devices when we're investigating the paranormal. But I love the tri-field meter because you just set it to radio and it's got an audible tone. You set it down and that helps solidify anything that you capture, whether it be K2 spikes or EVPs, because then you can't have the skeptics out there saying, well, maybe you're catching rogue radio signals, okay? But if you have a device that picks up radio signals and it's completely dead, that proves to the skeptics out there and everyone else that you're communicating with something paranormal, okay? Now, there's different opinions out there, whether you're communicating with the spirit world or whether it be something else. There's different opinions out there, and I respect them all. And I just feel so blessed to be in this time right now. I mean, it's such a fantastic time to be in the paranormal research world right now. So if you have any questions, you can reach me at herb224man@AOL.com or ghostcityparanormal@gmail.com. And I'm on Facebook, Herb Street at Facebook, or herbstreet@myspace.com. or you can look for us at Ghost City Paranormal at myspace.com as well. I hope you enjoyed this little piece, and there will be more to come. God bless.